last comment I'm going to mention is deadlines. On the whole, students don't have to live with deadlines in the same way as people in the adult world. But I like deadlines because I see them rather like a Trojan horse to the adult world, which is where students are moving bit by bit. A deadline is the date at which a task has to be completed. If it's a coursework task, it will be in, say, 5, 8, 10 weeks' time. If it's a task relating to an examination after 2 years, that will be the exam date, and that will be known well in advance. But either way, a deadline is something that you have to be aware of and that you have to complete work for. Once a deadline has been set, say for a unit of study and its assessment, you write that deadline date into your diary onto a piece of paper, and that is the date to which you will complete your work. But you then move the completion date 1 week forward. Why should you do that? Why make life more difficult for yourself? The answer is, it gives you a cushion for unforeseen circumstances. A sudden need to go to a sporting fixture on the other end of the country, or possibly illness, or a family event which leads to a great deal of sleepiness and drunkenness perhaps, who knows. But anyway, you've given yourself a cushion, and then you plot your activities from the date you start, when you know the deadline, to the date you have given the deadline, which is a date before the real deadline, a week before the real deadline, and then you phase your activity bit by bit over that period. And the point about this is, once you accept the deadline and you work to the deadline, you are in command of your work. The work has in control of you. You decide what you need to do each week to meet that deadline. You know, whether it's reading X pages in 1 week, and then X more pages the next week, and then a week for writing essay, and a week for mobilising information. Whatever it is, you're in command of your work, moving towards a deadline which you have moved forward by about 1 week to give yourself a cushion. And as you move through being in command of your work, doing it week by week, you gain confidence. You say, you know, that person who told us that we don't have to be rocket scientists to do well, he was right. Because there are no special skills. The main skill is being responsible, to see that it's our work. And that if we just do a little work, week by week, we'll build up that corpus of information, that body of information, and we'll develop bit by bit those skills which will make us very effective students, which will gain a satisfaction from our work, and in combination will lead to a better than expected grade at the end. That's the secret to study. Quite simple, little thought, steadiness, some reflection of how one goes about certain tasks. So I think there's every chance that you will find your A-level course really worthwhile, really satisfying, that you will grow as people, as students during it. And all the time, although sometimes it's rather difficult with the method of history, you will be dealing with the lives of people, how things were in the past that made the world the way it is now. So good luck, and I do hope that you enjoy your course.